Good morning. Happy Thursday. It's the day before payday for some of you lucky people out there.
I get paid on Thursdays.
Ooh, lucky you. I get paid bi-weekly Thursday nights at 6 o'clock. It's a lot of fun.
I get
um,
paid the 5th and the 20th.
that's not bad, bud. But we are here to talk some NFL football. There's a lot going on. Yes, there are playoff games happening, but that is not what we are here to talk about today. We are here to talk about potentially a big shakeup in the mock draft or just the actual draft in of itself. And we're here to talk about, hey, there were some coach signings this week too. There's some coaching signings. There's probably going to be some coaching firings coming soon. Like we just don't know what our team's going to look like in the coming months. It's all happening. Jason, let's start with you though. The mock draft was shaken up with the return of Dante Moore to college football for another year at Oregon. Almost a surefire number two pick. It's projected number two overall pick behind Mendoza. Did the last few games, or the last couple games, I should say, not the last few, the last couple games, sway his decision on going and staying?
I don't think so. I think the big thing was he didn't want to play for the Jets. That's
Yeah,
what
who
I've
want to
been
play
hearing,
Jets?
is he did not want to go play for New York. Now, before we dive too deep into it, I do want to bring up, we know who his backup will be at Oregon. Now, there's a couple things to look at, okay? Now, Raiola left Nebraska, and what shirt was there a picture of Patrick Mahomes wearing not long before he committed to Oregon? An Oregon shirt, because he lost a bet to one of his teammates and he commits to Oregon. And now Mahomes is hurt and going to miss the year, and so is Dylan Raiola is going to sit a year in remembrance of Patrick Mahomes because, Dante Moore is coming back. So it's a little creepy that this guy keeps doing the same thing that Patrick Mahomes is doing, but, it is what it is when you're obsessed with somebody, I guess.
But he's not good.
No.
I don't think he's that bad.
He's not awful. I don't think he fits Oregon, though. But
no.
we'll talk about that college football probably in a few months once we get geared back up and have everything settled. But the mock draft, I think, or the NFL draft, I think when you look at it now, the big question is going to be, do the Jets still go quarterback? I mean, prior to Dante Moore coming out, the two quarterbacks everybody was talking about was Moore and Fernando Mendoza. I am still not sold that Mendoza is going to be that good in the NFL. I think he's going to end up in a poor system, and he's going to end up failing, and everybody's going to blame the quarterback. But that's neither here nor there. If I'm the Jets, the next best quarterback on the board is Ty Simpson. Am I taking Ty Simpson with the number 2 overall pick?
No.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Right? Yeah. So at that point, it changes a lot in the first round. Because then if I'm the Jets, I'm going defense. I mean, if I can't go get my quarterback, I'm going to go get defense and try to stop teams from scoring. And right now, the top defensive guy off the board was going to be linebacker Arvell Reese from Ohio State. So does he slide down to 2 and change Tennessee's pick? Because that's who a lot of people had Tennessee mocked as taking. Dante Moore going back, I think, also shows where we're at with the NIL world. I mean, if this was, if this was any other year, any other section, could we see a quarterback that was projected to go number 2 go back to school? Like, we just haven't really seen this in recent memory.
Well, I also think it shows where the Jets are as an organization and how nobody wants to be there. And if you are there, it's because no one else wants you. Or the Giants just didn't have a spot for you. Because, yeah, if you're telling me that what he is getting at the University of Oregon would be more than what he would be getting as a number 2 overall pick,
I bet you it would be.
you think so? I think the
Yeah.
Jets would
You
give
realize
him
who
more.
Oregon's biggest booster is?
Oh,
Nice.
yeah, that's true. But even still, it's like,
And my thing too with Dante Moore is, I don't think he was that good. He's a project. He's an Anthony Richardson type quarterback, at least right now. We saw what happened with the Colts. You wasted a 4th overall pick on a project. You waste that pick in the 4th round.
yeah.
So, I think Dante Moore's smart. You're gonna get NIL money. You're gonna be able to develop, and this Oregon team is very, very young. So they're gonna be back next year with their same team. And they have a pretty good shot to go win a natty. So I think he's smart staying.
Yeah,
I just
and
think that this draft changes things in the draft this year and next year, because you look at next year, look at all these quarterbacks coming out.
it's a big quarterback class in a year.
I mean, we may see 4 or 5 teams with fucking 2 or 3 wins, just trying to get their quarterback of the future.
Spanning.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see who all decides to come out and everything, but
Jason, we know Mendoza's going number 1. I think at this point it's well known, unless Vegas decides to go in a completely a different direction.
I think this is the best spot for Mendoza.
I think it's the worst for him.
No, the pick behind him is the worst spot, unfortunately.
Because, hear me out, he'll get to learn from Brady. This is going to be Brady's choice, too. Like, Brady is going to have a say in who he drafts at quarterback.
Yeah.
Here's the thing with Tom Brady, though, and we gotta remember this. He is restricted so much in what he can actually do with that franchise because of his TV stuff.
Yep.
He is very restricted on both ends.
Yep.
He's a moron for doing both things. And he sounds awful. He's so hard to listen.
I think he's
gotten better.
So much better. He's one of my favorites to listen to.
He has gotten a lot better.
He's awful, but he's still one of the best, and that says a lot.
Well, in your
I don't think he's better than Bolton. But
yeah, I think for them, and you can hear it with Dan Orlovsky, it's so hard to not talk like you because you've done it for so long, right? Because I'm not saying you have to, I'm not calling everyone dumb. I'm just saying we don't know what these guys know, right? Like, we don't know, we don't have the knowledge that a Tom Brady has, right? So you have to almost put that on our level, and he's getting better at doing that, I think. And I mean, getting hype for plays too is also pretty nice, because it's just like, oh wow, like he just loves the game and loves watching, football. Like that's kind of stuff I can get behind. He's not a fucking robot up there when he's talking about plays.
In Vegas, right? Who does he have to throw to? Who does Mendoza have to throw to coming out next year, looking at their roster?
So, Brock Bowers should be healthy.
Genty.
He'll have Genty somewhere in the flat or out in front, doing whatever kind of play there.
Vegas. They're going to have to trade their best player on the team.
He's going to the Bears.
Crosby.
He's going to the Bears. They're going to give up one of their receivers.
Yeah, that could happen, but
I still think it's the worst place for Mendoza to go. They've not done a good job at picking coaches. I get that Brady's going to help in the coaching search, but I don't trust Tom Brady. On-field knowledge, yes. I don't. Tom Brady's known 2 coaches his entire life in the NFL, right? Like, I don't trust that. He's going to be searching for something that just isn't there.
He's going to call Belichick.
Yeah. Belichick going to want to sit and develop Fernando Mendoza like he did Tom Brady.
Well, he developed a relationship with a 25-year-old girlfriend, so I think he can do it with a quarterback.
But I don't say he didn't develop Brady, and well, he did in a sense. He taught him everything about defense. That is Bill's specialty. He taught him
how to read a defense.
About defense and different coverages, what they might show and what they might drop into,
and how to expose them.
I highly recommend to go listen to his interview on Spit and Chicklets.
Yeah.
They did a sit-down interview with him. It was a phenomenal interview.
Great interview.
About an hour long.
I think they're going to take Mendoza. He's going to fail because they're not going to have the right people around him, and then he's just going to be out of the league.
Or he turns into a Sam Darnold situation. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know?
I'm not giving up hope on him. He can make every throw.
He can, and that's the rest of the draft and free agency will also, I think, play a part in the first year. Now, is Geno still under contract there?
I think so.
So I don't know if he'll play right away. I get it. You're throwing
him for 1 overall to sit behind Geno Smith. That's the way this year went.
But we've seen what can happen when you throw a first-year quarterback into the fire. Yes, Jaden Daniels had success. This year, not so much.
Well, he couldn't stay healthy.
And that is also true. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that plays out. But, yeah, the Jets is interesting because, Jason, you said defense. I mean, I could say they have one of the worst offensive lines in the National Football League. Now, they didn't have an interception. So, you know.
The issue with taking off line that high. There's one player, and I don't think he's number 2 pick worthy.
Yeah.
Francis Mayug at Miami. He's not number 2 pick worthy.
And I mean, is there a corner out there that's worth a number 2 draft pick as well?
If you're going to take a defensive back at number 2, you're taking Caleb Downs. And even at that point, you don't take a safety or a corner at number 2. Because Downs, in all reality, is probably going to play star line.
Gotcha. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Dante Moore definitely shook up the kind of draft and where everyone's gonna kind of go.
This only helps Malik Willis. You're gonna get paid.
Yeah. But there were some coaching things that did happen. Jason, how do you want to get into it? Atlanta signs Stefanski. I already hate that decision for Atlanta. I hate it for Penix.
Poor offense to an even poorer.
Yeah, and it seemed like at times they were figuring out the offense. It just wasn't consistent enough for you to do, consistent winning.
Reality, why did Atlanta fire their coach? They finished second in the division.
Yeah, I know.
They tied for first in record.
Now,
Because I think they were too inconsistent.
Yeah, they were. But to see this as an upgrade, I don't. Everyone's like, "Oh, Stefanski, two-time coach of the year." No offense, buddy, but
Well, let's give Stefanski a little break from last year. he had two quarterbacks that are not NFL quarterbacks.
Yeah, but that's not the biggest issue for me when he was in Cleveland. I mean, Bobby, you saw it 2 times a year for the last 6 years. How many penalties did the Browns take against Pittsburgh?
A lot, and they were all stupid shit.
Exactly. It was a very undisciplined team. There was no sense in trying to develop either one of these quarterbacks. And, I mean, Shadur never got better. Shadur's QBR was 19 this year. Dylan Gabriel's was 34. You're telling me you're bringing in a guy to work with your quarterbacks and that, or you drafted two quarterbacks knowing the coach you had to work with them, and that's what you get? No, that you deserve to get fired. You deserve to be searching for a job. And Atlanta is stupid if they think he's going to come in and help Penix.
They didn't search very long.
My thing is, it's just like, how many quarterbacks did they go through with Stefanski at the helm? Because if you're telling me,
relationship with Baker Mayfield, they would have had one.
That's what I'm saying.
We'd be a team for the playoffs every year.
Yeah, because if you're telling me, because either you're telling me Stefanski just can't coach worth a shit,
You really can't.
or your GM is the stupidest GM on the planet.
The GM wanted Baker. Stefanski and the owners did not.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, the amount of quarterbacks you all have been through.
Stefanski was also the driving force behind the Deshaun Watson trade.
Now, obviously, you can't plan for a torn Achilles. Okay? Like, you can't plan for that.
Dumbass.
But when the situation was what the situation was, right? We don't have to go over it. Everyone knows what it was about. When the situation was the situation, you decided to give him $365 million. A lot of it guaranteed.
I think most of it was guaranteed.
And he's played 8 games since. Maybe more. I don't know. Something like that.
The biggest in this whole thing was the fact that they knew if they brought Stefanski back, Watson was going to be the starter next year.
It's just, yeah. I'm nervous for Atlanta. Now, I didn't check the pulse of Atlanta Falcon fans. I'm nervous for you. I feel bad for you because this is not the guy I would have gone for. Yeah. Should be. I feel bad for Penix because Penix is a damn good quarterback, I think, and I think it's just hitting his stride. It sucked that he got hurt. Damn. Ran right into him. Yeah, lower his shoulder. Go ahead. This is big boy football. We'll see. John Harbaugh to the Giants. Okay. 5-year deal, I think it was. So it's only 3 hours from where he originally was in Baltimore. Bobby, what are your thoughts on this move, John Harbaugh to the Giants?
Actually, kind of shocked that's where he ended up.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I honestly thought he was going to go to a contender.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I think he wants to build something. Again, I don't.
Yeah, I get it.
And let's keep a buck here. Are the Giants really that far away from a talent standpoint from at least being a division contender, not necessarily a Super Bowl contender, but a wild card team. Barring the injuries that they had to go through this year, are they really that far away?
In that division, no, because you never know what it's going to turn into.
I think the big thing about that division that you have to look at, right, is that is going to be if people can stay healthy either next year or the year after, that's going to be the toughest division in football.
Yep.
We're going to be looking at the NFC East like we wanted to be looking at the AFC North and the NFC North this year.
Yep.
Right?
I mean, the NFC North had everybody over 500.
That's also
I
true.
know, but you know what I'm saying, right? Bobby, we both thought that Cincinnati was going to be a hell of a lot better.
Yeah.
We thought the NFC North and the AFC North were going to be very similar in the fact that there could be one team really bad, and that's Cleveland. We didn't really know what to think of Minnesota in the NFC North. But a couple of years ago, when we were looking at the AFC North when Baker was in Cleveland, I mean, that was the toughest division in football. And I think that's what you're going to get into when you look at the Eagles just keep cycling through offensive coordinators. And I don't think it's an OC problem. I think it's a quarterback.
Yeah, I posed the question on Twitter. I think I was like, how many offensive court? Now the one they had last year, I think left. I don't think he was fired. He left for another.
Kellen Moore, he went to the Saints.
Yeah, he left. So that's not.
But when I look at Dallas, they're not getting any younger.
Nope.
Dallas is going to put up points, though. Dak is going to be around for at least another 4 or 5 years. When I looked at the Giants, you've got your starting backfield set if they're healthy in Jackson Dart and Cam Scadaboo.
Yep.
You've got a great receiver in Malik Neighbors. What I keep seeing is they're going to go take Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson.
I love Jordan. Oh, Jordan Tyson. I think he's returning next year. I don't think he's coming out to the draft. Did he declare?
As far as I know, he's still coming to the draft.
Because I thought I saw something. I could be wrong, but I thought I saw that he was going back to state for one more year. Let me look.
But Billy, quick thing for you. I wouldn't be opposed to Cleveland getting Jordan Tyson. Do you know who his brother is?
Oh, fuck.
Jalen Tyson, one of our small forwards for the Cavs.
Yeah.
So it would be kind of cool the brothers end up in the same city.
That would be kind of dope.
Cleveland would draft him, then do the most Browns thing and trade him.
Probably. I really hope that Carnell Tate's there. If we're going to go receiver, I hope we go Tate. But think about it. If the Giants snag Carnell Tate to play alongside Malik Neighbors on that offense.
And Robinson wasn't bad either.
Yeah, Wandale Robinson's decent.
Like, he wasn't bad.
I think Abdul Carter is going to work out. I think you fucking dump him.
Really?
He's always been a problem as a rookie.
Yeah.
There's been way too many issues with him. Dump him. You got Kayvon Thibodeau, and I go take Reuben Bain Jr. out of Miami in the first round.
Yeah.
Instead of going wide receiver.
And you know Harbaugh is going to bring in a DC that's going to get that team rolling. So, I mean, again, is this team as far away as some people are thinking? Because the Giants, again, barring health issues, which is becoming a very big topic in the NFL, in all sports at this point in time, barring health issues, that's not necessarily a team I want to play in a couple years. Because that team looks dangerous.
He's just going to run right the fuck through you anyway.
Yeah, and I know Harbaugh he did win a Super Bowl with the Ravens. We can't take that away from him. He did do that, right? Like, that's on his resume forever. So he knows how to get a team there, right? He hasn't done it in a while. He had a pretty decent setup these last few years with the Ravens. They just couldn't get it done. This year, injuries and.
When you look at these Jim Harbaugh teams that he had in Baltimore, the one position on defense that he always had an all-pro, all-star, big-time leader was what? linebacker.
Yeah.
Think about the linebackers. He had Patrick Queen. I think he was there for a little bit for Ray Lewis.
Yeah, he was there towards the end.
Yeah, when they won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, his last year.
Mosley. Like,
Ed Reed was still there.
Yep.
Ed Reed was, but the one common denominator in all this has been their linebackers.
Mm-hmm.
You can't tell me that he's not going to come in there to New York in a linebacker-heavy draft. Let's be honest. This draft is linebacker-heavy.
Oh, yeah.
I think the best for the Giants, second or third round, linebacker out of Texas Tech, Rodriguez.
Oh, he cut
You
out.
guys got me.
Yeah, I got you now.
Yeah.
All right, took the dog out. But, I could see Rodriguez being the linebacker of their choice coming out of this draft in the second or third round. Does he not fit the John Harbaugh stereotypical linebacker? Great leader, big hitter, gonna bring the hammer every single day?
Yeah. I mean, you're right on the money with it.
I think if he ends up in New York, that is the best case scenario for his career and best case scenario for John Harbaugh to rebuild that defense.
Mm-hmm.
I think the other thing that Harbaugh is going to really harp on, because he's always had good corners, is they've got to go get some DBs.
Yep.
Because now, what DBs for the New York Giants do you sit there and go, okay, we can't throw at that guy?
No.
It's just like, that's the answer. No. What DBs? No. Picking on the entire secondary. In all reality, that's what you're doing if you're an offense.
Yeah.
So I think if they really have that much faith in Jackson Dart, you have a lot of faith in Malik Neighbors because he is still super young.
Still
you have
super
a lot of faith
talented.
in Ken Scadaboo.
Yep.
Watch for this to be a defense-only draft for New York.
Mm-hmm. It could be after their first round pick, but yeah, no, we'll see what the Giants do.
Any disagreements that I think that's the best course of action for the Giants with this new head coach?
Yeah, because the big thing for Giants last year, obviously their offense wasn't always great, but how many leads did they hold in the fourth quarter that they blew? Who can forget they were up 19-3 against the Broncos with 9-10 minutes left, and they ended up losing 33-31 or 32, something like that, right?
And it's not like their offensive line is god awful.
No, they have a solid one.
Offensive line can go, I've got to fucking blow this up, or else we're gonna have issues.
Yeah.
There's pieces there. I don't think the Giants are that far off.
No,
in that division, it's going to be tough because James Daniels is going to be back healthy.
Hopefully.
You know what you get from the Eagles, although who knows what receivers are going to be there in Philly.
That's a whole situation in of itself, right there.
That's a whole conversation in and of itself.
Yeah. That's
what wide receivers are going to be in Philadelphia after the shit that's been going on there.
Yeah.
You know what you're going to get from Dallas.
Yeah.
Dallas is going to change.
Yeah, but
Dallas needs to get some O-line help. They need to build that O-line that they had when we were growing up. That was the best in the league because their run game was almost non-existent. At times, they would get a big play here or there, but there was no consistency.
Mm-hmm.
And then their defense, they've got to shirt up the secondary.
Yep.
The fact that their biggest name defensive back is now a Packer right at the end of the season doesn't bode well.
No. I don't know about Washington next year because
they got to get younger somehow.
They have to get younger. They have to get healthier because every one of them had problems. It wasn't just Jaden, and I know I pick him out of a crowd because he is supposed to be their guy, and he's built like Kevin Durant. and he needs to come into his body a little bit and put on some weight and just, yeah, needs to find a way to get healthy. But a lot of guys need to find a way to get healthier, which is very hard in a fucking contact all sport. But Terry McLaurin was barely, I think he played 6 games last year, maybe, and wasn't a big time factor. I know they didn't have Jaden for most of the year. I got it, but still, you just got paid a shit ton of money. You sat out forever to get paid a shit ton of money, and you were not healthy. And when you did play, you were a non-factor. That can't happen. Deebo Samuel, what are you gonna get from him? What is left in his gas tank? Right? He was not Deebo Samuel last year. Zach Ertz goes down. Your defense was the oldest in football, and it wasn't close. You got, like Chance said, you have to get younger. You have to. You need to find a new running attack because I think both of their running backs both got hurt with knee and Achilles problems. And yeah, it's just too many question marks for me to go, yeah, Washington's close. No, I don't think they are. I really, really don't. They're going to have to show me something.
What are your thoughts staying in the NFC? Because I brought up Trayvon Diggs going to the Packers. What are your thoughts they need to do in this draft? Because they don't have a first-round pick. Dallas has that pick.
I'll let you take it first. I want to hear what you think.
Who, Billy or me?
Billy.
About our Green Bay Packers. I mean, was there anybody better chance for coaching? Right?
LaFleur's staying.
Yeah, he's there. They extended him and all Gunta Kuntz. Like I said, I have no issues with LaFleur as a coach. I think he's a pretty damn good coach. I just think how many times have we seen a head coach who calls plays have long-term success at the NFL level? For me personally, I haven't seen a lot of it. Just that's me personally. I could, like I said, could be dead wrong, but pick one if you're LaFleur. If you're gonna be the head coach, just be the fucking head coach, right? Obviously, you can have say in what goes on in the offense and all that stuff, but go get you a damn good OC who can call plays. I'm sure there are a plentiful amount of offensive coordinators out there that would love to come and call plays for Jordan Love and Josh Jacobs. And another interception. Fuck yeah, dude. You know what I mean, Chance? Like, I don't know if we'll do any trading in the first round for picks or for a pick in the first round. We need to get rid of our special teams coordinator. He needs to be gone, like yesterday. We need to not re-sign Rashawn Gary. Huh?
About draft a kicker.
Yeah, the kicking.
They brought back. They're bringing Haversham back.
The sub.
Yeah, substitute teacher.
Yeah, so I think
holds the franchise record and longest kick in history.
So I think he's going to get a full offseason with Green Bay, and I have a feeling he's going to be our kicker for next year. Hopefully long term. Hopefully he's just hits his kicks. I don't need you to be Superman out there, dude. Just hit your fucking kicks, you know.
Anything from 50 in,
hit them.
Just make.
Yeah, just hit those. Yeah. If you miss one with the wind blowing from 56, brother, it happens. Like, it's 56 with the wind howling, brother. What are you going to do? You know? That's going to happen. But if you're 40 yards with nothing, brother, put that thing upright. Like, I don't care. Just do it, Shit.
Don't be Braden McManus.
Yeah, get him gone. Don't know what happened to
Send
him.
him back to prison.
Yep. He was unfortunately
Come
guilty.
back for rubbing tubs on a flight.
Jace.
That's what it was.
I know. I know. The Instagram post
I
that
don't get, what is up with kickers asking for rubbing tugs?
I don't know. Are they
Justin
bored?
Tucker was asking for him too.
Yeah. I guess they get bored, man. I don't have a lot to do. Just go kick field goals and go sit on my ass and do nothing. Yeah, kickers need to figure it out.
Go rub one out in the blue tent.
There's a massage table in the blue tent.
Jace.
Yeah, just go rub one out in the blue tent.
Anyway, Romeo Dobbs put out on Instagram a post, and it's like, fuck, that kind of puts some doubt in your mind that we're going to get him back. You're getting Tucker Kraft back. How long is, I think, Micah said he's going to be out until like the third or fourth week of the season. Okay. I think this draft needs to be defense heavy
Offensive line.
and offensive line. Because chance, if I'm not mistaken, we spent I think we spent $130 million total on this team. And gosh, yeah, it just wasn't great, Need to hit free agency again. Need to hit the draft pretty hard. I don't know. I like where we are offensively, other than the offensive line. I'm always going to believe in 10. Josh Jacobs didn't have his greatest year, but was playing hurt. Offensive line wasn't great. So I contribute a lot of that into that scenario. I don't think we put him in the best situations for, like a chunk run, I guess you could say, all the time. I think Watson's still here next year. He could be a free agent.
Yeah, he's under contract.
Yeah, he's under contract, so he's good. I'm sure they're going to work on some kind of extension for him, especially after he balled out this year. I think arguably, other than Kraft, was our best receiver. I think we can definitively say that, Chance. I mean, if Golden's going to look like he did in Chicago every week, and if he's going to be that integrated, shit, I'm okay. Like, I'm good. I think Chance, my biggest thing, we need to get depth everywhere. Because if we're going to drop like flies, where every week is just going to be, from like week 5 on, is just going to be like, well, fuck, who's even available? Like, we got to have guys who can go out there, next man up mentality. Look at the 49ers. Yeah, I know they got their ass kicked in by Seattle last night, but fucking Seattle decided to show up to the party last night. I mean, after that 95-yard kick return to open the game, I mean, what did we expect was going to happen, right? Like, you weren't going to answer that. But look at what that team did. That's a 12-win team with the injuries that they had.
Guys, what's the biggest position you want to see them improve on?
Either defensive
Corner.
tackle or corner.
Corner for sure.
Defensive tackle or corner. I like what we got on the edge outside of Micah. I do think Gary's gone just
Thank
for
God.
cap reasons.
Yeah, he needs to
He's
go.
fat and out of shape. Colin Oliver, rookie, played in Minnesota.
Look great.
He'll get his first full year. I don't think Enik Barre is coming back.
Unfortunately.
And you got to find someone to replace him.
Yeah.
Aaron Sorrell, Warren Brinson, 2 other guys you can play at defensive tackle and on the edge.
Yep.
But you'll get Devontae Wyatt back.
He'll be ready.
I think you'll cut Diggs because I don't think we're gonna pay the $15 million on his contract unless we can restructure it and just find some way. Keyshawn's gonna walk. I think they're gonna let Clay Walker walk as well.
He got so much better this year. That's going to be a tough one because he got so much better.
If they decide not to re-sign Dobbs, they'll try to pick up the fifth-year option of Walker. But from what I heard, his camp does not want the fifth-year option. He wants an extension.
Mm.
So see how that goes.
Yep.
Elton Jenkins, he's gone.
Yep.
I think Sean Ryan might be gone as well on the offensive line, which I'm fine with Sean Ryan leaving. I think Anthony Belton's going to be fine at right guard. Optimal offensive line for next year: Jordan Morgan at left tackle, Aaron Banks at left guard, Jacob Monk at center, Belton at right guard, and then Tom at right tackle. I think that's your best five.
Depending on what they sign, yeah, no. But right now, if we had to put a team out there, yeah, those are your guys.
That's your best five.
Yeah.
Marshawn Lloyd, hopefully, God forbid, whatever he's happened to him in his NFL career, he can finally be healthy and be on the field. They just need defensive help and maybe somebody that can play center.
Yeah. We need to get corners. Like, so bad.
And coaching wise, Halfley's gone.
It does seem like he's gone.
Miami.
Which is going to be tough.
I think. Well, from what I hear is that Raheem Morris is the front runner to be our defensive coordinator.
I'm not too upset about that. What about you?
No, I mean, I'm not upset about it.
Huh?
I'd try to get him. Maybe throw a pitch at Brian Flores. I mean, he didn't have a contract for next year. He's vacant on jobs.
Yep.
He already takes a job in Green Bay, unless he just wants to stick it to the Vikings. Offensive coordinator, Stanovich is gone, I believe. He's a PE teacher that's subbing in the English class and doesn't know what he's doing. He's got an offensive line background, and our offensive line was one of the worst it's been in 10 years.
Yeah.
So I think Sean Mannion is front runner from what I've seen. Either him or LaFleur's brother from the Rams.
That would be.
And then I don't think this is going to happen. This is something that I think they might do. Back at quarterback-wise, I think Justin Fields.
They could. Because, I mean, I don't want to say he's like Malik, but very similar to a Malik Willis play style.
Yeah, you get him for cheap.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Interesting offseason ahead.
For sure. No, my thing is
you don't want to see me marching down 1265 for the owner meeting, I can tell you that.
We need to get cornerbacks, and cornerbacks who can cover something, because if you can't get to the quarterback, or the quarterback is an elusive one, can get out of the pocket and go run, you need guys downfield that can cover something. Right? Chance, I think you said it best. It's like, it's hard to play any kind of tight coverage when your corners can't cover anything. And that was our situation. We couldn't play anything else in the secondary.
I think Micah helped the corners.
Yeah.
I mean, he got home so quick.
Yeah.
So.
And allowed the rest of the line because.
A while before you got him back.
They said what
He says week 1.
he says, but he also said realistically probably week 3 or 4. I think we can shoot for.
But he's a freak of nature.
He
so.
is. So, whew, week 1 isn't bad. But I don't know. Get depth, get a new special teams. We have our kicker. We'll see what the draft looks like. We'll probably
Need somebody to return.
need somebody to return now, yeah. We need to get depth and get a new fucking, weight training and, I don't know what you call them, doctors or something. Jeez, like, so we can keep some of these guys healthy. Way too much of the same injury happening. I mean, it's across the league, but especially this year for Green Bay, it's way too much of the same. ACL this. Yeah, ACL this, ACL that. Achilles this.
Gonna do, Bobby?
That's true.
I want them to hire the Rams DC was the name that I saw around that I liked. Yes.
Wait, so how does it?
He wants to bring their pass game coordinator with him to be his OC.
Okay. So I have a question because
This dude that ran offenses under the guidance of Sean McVay, very offensive-minded, honestly, offensive genius coach.
So I have a question because
under the last 2 head coaches, he's been the quarterbacks or the pass game coordinator was Shanahan and McVay.
That could be a good fit. So how does this work?
Those guys are okay, but
Yeah, so I mean, they're not. They're obviously not.
Obviously,
I want us to go a different direction than typical, like truly a fresh start.
Here's the thing about the Steelers: when they hire a coach, they don't fucking miss.
No.
Like
typically,
that's what happens when you hire, only 4 coaches since the '60s.
Yeah.
Brian Flores is one of the guys they requested an interview for.
I think he'd definitely bring a different kind of physicality to that defense.
Yep.
Shit, I wouldn't even mind
Minnesota.
I wouldn't even mind if you hire the Rams guy to be your head coach. If he wants to come be our DC, I'm all for it.
No.
Or if you hire, or whatever one you hire, the other guy wants to come be your defensive coordinator.
So how does this work? So I know like when a coach is fired, the rest of the coaching staff and whoever was underneath of him is gone too. But if a coach just up and leaves, does that mean the same shit? Like all the coaching staff is gone as well?
I think it all just depends on who they bring in.
Okay.
What I've understood, the ownership has told all the coordinators, we're leaving it up to you. You can sit around and see if the new head coach can keep you, or you can go search for employment elsewhere.
Gotcha. Because I'm honestly, I'm surprised, but I'm not that they're not looking at the man who was next to him and Arthur Smith, a man who's already coached at the head coach position.
The day after, they told Arthur Smith he will not be the next head coach of the Steelers.
Jeez.
He's
honestly,
I don't think they want him in Atlanta.
I don't think they even want to keep him as the OC, honestly.
I wouldn't.
Yeah, I was going to say, I didn't even think your offense was that very good.
No, and I don't think it was because of the players. I think it was because of the OC.
It was the guy running it.
Yeah. I didn't understand why you brought him in anyway. That's the reason they fired him in Atlanta.
You didn't really upgrade from Matt Canada, in all reality.
That's very true.
No, you didn't.
I mean, Arthur Smith also had Desmond fucking Ritter.
True, but damn.
Yeah, but Desmond Ritter looked like he had a lot more potential when he came out. I mean, big arms,
Yeah.
could run,
Uh-huh.
could read a field. I mean, did a great job of it. I mean, and realistically, against Alabama in that college football playoff, did we really think that he looked bad?
No.
Like, I honestly thought Cincinnati played really well in that game against Alabama. It
Mhm.
was just Alabama at a time where you did not want to play Alabama.
Yeah.
And that's what got them.
Yeah.
I
mean, also he had fucking Robinson back there, and he like refused to use him. And I'm like, dude, you have this generational or could be generational running back, and you just refuse to use him. And it's just like, what are we doing? You know? And it looked like a lot of the same stuff in Pittsburgh. A lot of the same plays he ran in Atlanta were the same plays in Pittsburgh. And golly, if you don't have number 8 there, oh, there he goes. Why do you stop running? Just keep running, dude. Jeez. Why'd you stop to try and stiff arm somebody? Just go. But yeah, it'll be for all of us on this show. It is going to be an interesting offseason in the NFL. We're going to wrap it up
don't
here.
even know which way the Browns are going to go. Realistically, I mean,
it's going to be a time.
who the fuck knows?
Yeah, and we're going to keep following it as we go along. But we're going to get out of here, and we will see you guys on Friday for some quick NHL talk because the Olympics are right around the corner. See you then.